Howdy, howdy, everybody. Happy Thursday. Good to see everybody. Good to see a bunch of you guys on the free class last night. Super good energy. I know a lot of you guys got a ton of value. And if you missed it, the next one will be in about 2 weeks, by the way. So we'll see then if you want to hop on. But yeah, super good energy last night. And yeah, let us know what questions you guys have here as well. Going live for Boxem office hours every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, it's another good day of kind of prepping for Q4 and getting things dialed in here. So yeah, let us know what questions you guys have.
100% right there. Yeah, very good energy here and all that. And anything y'all need, make sure you let us know here. Also, Warner, big find. A lot of vinyls are auto-engate. That's one of the biggest auto-engate opportunities for new stuff. Yeah, dude. There you can stack them up easy in FBA and that shit, man. Yeah.
I've seen some products that are. I've seen some vinyls for sure. Like I came across like I think I found like a Kanye vinyl or something like that was profitable not too long ago.
Yeah, let's go with that out here. Yeah, let's we can do some live sourcing here too as well. So main man Manny, W name right there. I know some very good people named Manny in my life, so I expect similar from you, Manny, as well. With your mentorship program, do you have a 101 model or is it like a group thing? There's options for both those, man. You should go ahead and apply and we can talk through what makes sense there on your end. Let's see. Will it let me screen share here? Oh, it did. I've been dry lately on that here. Yeah, let's see. Typically the ones that say exclusive are
the ones you can get from like Walmart or something.
Exactly that. Yes, exactly that. Yeah. Let's see. So we'll just open literally. Amazon search page sourcing is hella underrated.
It's like the definition of manual sourcing.
Yeah, exactly. So this this Keep It chart sucks, and it's a generic brand right here. Some might say automatically avoid it because it's private label. Do not. Private label stuff. If you see the private label alert, it just means suspected private label. It doesn't mean guaranteed private label. Right there. Okay. Let's see this guy here. This is slower moving, but it still could work. Now this has no sales rank. So that's going to scare away a lot of people, Warren. Yeah, it's going to scare away a lot of people here. But
yeah, but the Keepa very obviously sees some sales. Yeah.
Movement on that shit, man. Yeah. So let's just Google this here. See? All right. Uncle Flips is not the GOAT. This is not profitable here.
Yeah, but everybody on that listing probably has other vinyls and stuff too.
A good point. Good point. So we'll keep that open. Yeah, we'll keep that open here. What about this guy here? Slow. No, thank you. Slow and slow. All right, so let's storefront stock these fools right here. Let's see.
For sure. What's up, T? You're asking about some auto-engated products. Yeah, we both have videos digging in on auto-engate if you want to see us look specifically. And yeah, like we were just talking about, Miles saying a lot of vinyl is auto-engate as well. So kind of a good, just like a random new point to reverse source off of. But yeah, Stafford, vinyl listings, that kind of thing. It's a good place to start.
Good feeling about this one here. Let's see.
What up, Pete? Are you fresh off a new haircut here, Miles?
I am. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I felt like a fucking woolly mammoth. So I had to get right.
Pete calling you out, knowing you're not doing your hair like that.
hey, family. Nothing wrong with that, family. Yeah, let's see. Ooh, so these were profitable in the past. There's a lot of competition right now here, though. It recently went up.
Yeah, some of those, like I bet any of the albums that are like a year plus old, you can see. I bet a lot of them have price spikes during Q4. That's like totally a Christmas gift item.
Yeah. 29, 20. Bang. Okay. Yes. Okay. First W. Yeah. Here we go. So check it out, y'all. So yeah, Walmart has tax exempt, right? So we can use our tax exempt permit on Walmart. So 22.97. Not the fastest mover in the world, but literally has been profitable for a whole year, right? Which is pretty cool, right? So 22.97 here, 22.97, $11 profit.
Yeah, just like a quick proof of concept, yeah.
Yeah, right. So there we go. And then now literally don't go buy this, right? But y'all can go storefront stock off this and everything here, right? And that's the name of the game right there, right? So yeah, and then literally like, that was cool. This one's not cool.
Yeah, are the people who sell that album just selling a ton of albums too?
It looks like it. Yeah, we'd see right here, UO exclusive.
Because you can also just zero in on the vinyl too, if that's what you're specifically looking at.
True. Yeah,
filter down to the
category right there. Ooh, yeah, damn. Look at the volume on some of these guys.
Yeah.
So Not
And the
quite.
other thing, like when y'all are reverse sourcing, like most similar products cost similar prices.
Yeah.
So like we've already looked up a lot of vinyls where it seems like the newer, like popular ones are maybe 30 to 35, and then like older ones seem like they're maybe 20 to 25, just off like looking at things for 3 minutes here, and I haven't looked at vinyls really at all before.
This is a gorgeous keep it chart, man.
Yeah, it is.
Fire keep it chart. Let's see.
Yeah, let us know what questions you guys got for sure. Drop any questions down below. See, Dap saying, once you ship your products through Boxem, what's the next step? You wait for them to sell. Yeah, they'll just they'll check in at Amazon, and you might want to do like check those prices every so often. After you have a handful of products, probably makes sense to get a repricer to like automatically change those prices around for you. But yeah, they'll start selling, and try to do a weekly, if not daily, check of your top ASINs on the analytics tab on Boxem. That way you can just like restock everything that's working really well for you. And yeah, you're off to the races there. Did you find another one here?
Yeah, 22.97 right here.
It's like really close, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, so like if you're starting at square one, you buy this.
Does the buy box pop up to a higher price than that too? Like you see how it's like
looks like it too.
Yeah, definitely looks. Yeah, so you could set your price at like 40 on that.
Yeah,
$40 to $41, and it would sell. Obviously, you want to see a little bit more ROI, but it's cool to see a couple of just random examples in.
Oh, dude, yeah. And if you're just getting started, man, like tax exempt here, right? Sometimes Walmart gift cards will be in stock these days, right? Like, this is something you might take as a beginner. You know what I mean? Let's see here.
Sure. See, what up? See, VSCG said it's a bad idea to have a bunch of those slower moving ASINs scaling horizontally. Not at all, man. Yeah, I mean, like if finding products is your bottleneck, then you don't want to get too picky, right? You don't want to only look for like things that are selling 100 times a month and so on. Now, later on the line, when capital is your limitation, then sure, you can cut like, rather manage one really good selling product than 10 slower sellers.
Bro,
but yeah, another thing you'll find that some of these that say they sell a little bit slower actually sell decently well too. Like that one, maybe even a good example. It says 50 sales a month, but like you can see how fast the new offer count's dropping. So it looks interesting to me. What's interesting on there is the sales ranks going up too.
I was wondering why.
So maybe it's was it released recently or?
Ooh,
interesting.
Right there. Yeah, I wonder why. I don't know, but this is another five. Dude, like y'all got to go look at this shit.
That looks like a banger of a holiday product though.
Yeah.
Like last December it went completely out of stock. Yeah. So you sit on that, you buy it right now, it's already profitable, and then it probably repeats the same pattern. Like I mean that's a 5-year-old album too. Like so does that happen every year?
Ooh,
not quite.
No. Weirdly enough.
Some years it does though. Look, like 2021 December it went insane. Last year it didn't do anything at all. That's interesting. So this is why you like go in there and set those keep alerts too.
Rides as metallic. That sold 14 a month. Look at the keep it chart that VSCG.
Yeah, we were breaking that down. Yeah, Pamela, you can have support at boxem.com if you're having any issues there.
Does JCPenney take tax exempt? Yeah, hit up their customer service. Yeah. Show.
For sure. Yeah, good vibes. Let us know what other questions you guys got as well. Appreciate you. Let's see what minimum monthly sales you recommend sourcing slow sellers. Like around, I would say I wouldn't really source anything below like 15 a month, unless the per unit profit is really good. In which case, sure. It's more about like set like a minimum per month profit a product is going to make you to be interested in it. That's like a better way of looking at it, right? Because you might be able to buy 20 units of something that makes you $2 each, right? Is it worth buying a product and listing it and that kind of stuff for $40? If you're brand new, yeah. If you're, if you're 3 months, 6 months down the line, probably not. So you can set like, I only want to buy things that I make $50 on, $100, and just kind of raise that number as you go. So you have like a little bit less headache.
Yep. Check Seller Central. It says 0 available. When will it show correct? So yeah, once they're fully checked in, yeah.
Yeah, usually it'll take like 1 to 2 weeks for the first couple items to start checking in, and that gets slower during December too, which is another reason why taking advantage of all that FBM is so important during the holiday rush, so you can get that stuff actually sold. See, if you're in Cali, sales tax is 8.25. Is that killing your profit? It definitely makes things harder. I started in Arkansas where it's like 10% though.
Yeah, most are like private.
Yeah, lots of people are dealing with that kind of sales tax, but you can also ship to a prep center if that's like really handicapping some of your buys, especially on like more expensive items. Then Yeah, you might want to look into that.
I'm looking at the nationwide average here, 7.52. Interesting.
Yeah.
So Cali sales tax, low key. I mean, it's like a little bit above average, but not like.
That's interesting. That's higher than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's I think like a lot of the southern states are high.
Yeah, it was like 10 in Arkansas for some reason.
Yeah, Alabama I think is in the 9s. I haven't had a coaching student from Alabama in a minute. Oh no, never mind, JC actually. But yeah, regardless.
Yeah, Ahmed, you'll just use Boxem to. Boxem does everything that software does and a lot more, basically. Yeah. Yeah, and another really cool thing. First, kind of Boxem office hours with you guys. Boxem has a feedback requester now as well. So just go into your Boxem account and just set up a basic campaign. We'll probably get some videos for you out on that pretty soon here. But that's basically going to automatically email your customers and ask them for reviews in obviously TOS compliant ways. And then the more of those like 5-star reviews you get, you might start seeing a little bit of a sales bump over time. But especially if you have no feedback yet, really, really good. Go in there and into Boxem and set up that feedback campaign. Once you get your first one, it can make a difference. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so tap me up, bro. One, that's such a W name right there. How much do I need to thrive? It's all proportional, man. So like if you only have $500, I would definitely recommend doing some used products and used books on Amazon there, but it's all fully proportional in respect. So like it just depends how you use the money you do have. But with only $500, you should totally do some retail arbitrage as well.
Yeah, good starting point. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'll want to get a little creative with that. Probably hit some yard sales, maybe even do some gig work, that kind of stuff, until you have like maybe a grand or two. It's gonna be hard, for sure. It'll track down all the same stuff, Ahmed. Yeah. Yep. Just easier to use, has more features as well. So just kind of an upgrade for your business. Let's see. If you submit for a gated product, you get approved. You sell it without an LOA. I mean, you could still get account health complaints. That's why you want to look and make sure that the listing has like a fair amount of third-party sellers seeing success on it, that kind of thing. But as long as you're buying legitimate inventory, if anything does pop up, you'll be able to appeal it. You just prove that you buy legitimate inventory. Now they can say, don't sell on this listing anymore, and probably better to avoid it. But as long as you buy legit inventory, you're going to be good to go.
First pad is always the hardest. That's fast way to ungate to be in the best possible position. Yeah. So I'd say predominantly starting out selling auto ungates, right? And then going after ungates from big brands that you see a lot of scalability with. So you see folks carrying 30, 40, 50 ASINs from the same brand when your storefront stock in there.
So, yeah. What's the best way to ungate so you can? Did you just answer that one?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay. Cool.
The boy right there.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Hacker, we got you, man. We got you. So Saifu says, how do you decide when a product or category is worth doubling down on versus dropping it? When it's sold really well for you versus when it's sold terribly for you. Yeah.
Sure. Just TJ Maxx except tax exempt. Usually, yeah, when you're in person, you just pull out like you'll have like a document with your state, and they'll typically take that. Yeah, they're usually going to be used to seeing that. Not super sure on that, Hacker, but as far as like working with distributors go, just if they ever like list ASINs or like know about the specific details of that product on Amazon. Maybe if the prices are like too good to be true, that kind of thing, that can be pretty common with a lot of like quote unquote distributors. So I've never heard of that one specifically, but just be on the lookout for that. The general best way to just like kind of getting into wholesale is starting with like local distributors, even like local cash and carry places if you have that. That's like a good bridge between arbitrage and wholesale. So yeah, just be a little bit careful on who you're working with there.
The brand has given them
cool. Yeah, if the brand told you that, then go for it. Yeah,
lit, bro. Yeah, and in the future, as long as the brand lists them as an authorized distributor, man, then you definitely avoid saying the name just for your sake, Hacker, on that in live streams too, dude. But yeah, fire right there. DH, the boy DH says, do TJ Maxx, Ross, and Ollie's accept tax exempt? In many cases, yes. Always, whenever you're doing retail arbitrage, bring your tax exempt form with you, right there, aka a resource certificate. Or like sales tax license, depending on state, right there. Yeah, get right with all that.
For sure.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Hacker, I think you're new to streams. I don't know if we've seen you in here before, but you're asking great questions, dude. Welcome to the family, man.
For sure. Appreciate you, man. What's up, Danny? Let's see. If you sell used books, do you have to label them as used? Yeah, I mean, if you don't have documentation that proves that something is new, then yeah, you'll have to sell it as used. I definitely made that mistake super early on. Like a couple books is new. I saw it on. It's like, oh, that was potentially account risking there. So yeah, just don't do it at scale if you've already done it. But yeah, anything that's not anything you didn't buy from somewhere that was brand new, don't call it new.
Yep. What's a good price for prep centers? I've noticed starting 0 to 100 units is 1.5. Dude, that's great, and they sound like they have pretty nice, pricing structure and everything too. Yeah.
That's pretty typical, especially for like lower volume. You might even see closer to like $2 per unit if you're shipping like 100 units a month or whatever their minimum is. So yeah, $1.50 is definitely worth it, especially if you're already paying sales tax. Then like you're just gonna see an immediate kind of time saver there.
Yep. Yeah, spread your eyes out, diversify the risk. Hell yeah, right there.
Yeah, what's up? You said, where do you start storefront stocking? What's the first step? What brands to start with? Yeah, so I mean, we were just kind of breaking that down at the beginning of stream actually, but yeah, anything that's auto ungated. So we were looking at like vinyls, for example, like 10 minutes ago. Stafford, any retail store brands. So think like Up and Up from Target and Great Value from Walmart, that kind of thing. That's just because obviously their competition has to be sourcing from retail stores, right? So you can just kind of have an easy starting point there. The real if you want to spend 5 or 10 minutes to make it more efficient, is try to figure out what's on sale today, what popular brands are cheap. Maybe check a few of the big major retailers, major clothing brands, vitamin brands, whatever you like to source, and see specifically which brands are on sale. That way, when you see them in stores, you can just zero in on that, and usually you'll find more things per item looked at that way if you know what's cheap today.
Yeah. Also, too, definitely. Getting going from the auto ungates is the biggest thing. I just put a link in chat to the big list of auto ungate products we give away. So good question here from Saifu says, we got a bunch of good ones in here. Damn. All right. Y'all killing it right here. Getting ungated, does invoice have to be 100? We're still seeing 10 work. Do you do it once every time you hit checkout? Yeah, because you're going to different stores. So you bring it with you and they just kind of put it in there on each one. Do you have any tips on building long-term relationships with online retailers or wholesalers so you're not just one more random buyer? Dude, awesome stuff. Yeah.
Good question.
Always ask hey, do you guys have a B2B program? Do you do any wholesale? Could I have a sales rep? Totally, man. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Yeah.
For sure. Do you know how Amazon verifies the authorization of a distributor? Yeah, so a lot of times they'll call your distributor. They'll do that for ungating sometimes, and especially for major account health issues, they'll call. They'll use the information you give them. Not every time, obviously, because that would be crazy, who knows how many employees at Amazon, but they can kind of randomly pull any of your distributors and talk to them. So just make sure your distributors know what you're doing. That's another reason why if you're getting into wholesale or that kind of thing, make sure they know what you're doing, because if they call your supplier and they're doing what, you get cut off. You just don't want to go down that rabbit hole there.
So Brian says, do you have to get approved to sell a brand before you list it on Amazon? In most cases, yes, but it's easy to do. And in many cases, you'll be automatically approved. But for big brands, once per brand, you need approval with there. Yeah. Once per brand.
Yeah, for OA, yeah, Brian, if you go, for example, Jockey, if you try to list a Jockey item, it's going to say you can sell it, but it wants you to apply to sell it first. So you can sell that, right? If you look at something like an Adidas, no one can apply to sell it right now. No one's been able to sell it for a year or two. So that's kind of the difference there.
Yep.
So what does it mean if you do a title search on product, you find the same product price listed on Amazon? Are you on the wrong product? Probably.
It's just not you might be looking up Amazon dominated listings, or they're just not OA products. Sorry to interrupt.
That or right maybe a lot of times that initial price that shows up on Google just needs a coupon or something like that. But if it's the same price as Amazon, not really worth it. But I don't know what, maybe if you look at the price and you need 30% off, you're pretty much always going to open that. I'd say is a solid kind of estimation, right? If it's 20 on Amazon, it's 14 on the website. I'll still open that, see if there's maybe a 20% coupon. Maybe I can get a 10% off on discounted gift card, add some loyalty points or something like that, and make it profitable. A lot of times you can tell just first glance if it's not worth digging into, though.
Facts. So Brian says, let's say I'm ungated. Do I have to email the brand first and ask if I can list their product on Amazon? Because I know some brands won't want their stuff listed on third-party sites. Nah, dude, you just have to look if, I mean, like, for example, that wouldn't hurt, but like pretty much every brand would say no, to be completely honest. But if you can see a listing that other folks are making money on, aka you can see their, some action in there, you'll be good to go. Yeah.
You're just looking for listings that already have like 2+ Amazon sellers consistently, not the brand, not like the same seller for the past year plus, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Do invoices paid with gift cards work for gating? 100%. I kind of recommend staying away from it though, just to keep it simple. But I've totally seen them work. Yeah.
Yeah, you are right though, Anchor. Like if you're shipping to a different address, you'll have a lot lower success rate. So just place that first order without gift cards, and then all the other orders place them with gift cards, so you can like get the proper profit on that, basically.
Yep. Do you think a brand like Corolla can be auto-gated later on? Not a big brand like that, but like their biggest brands. VSCG says, does storefront stalking lead to more tanking since everyone's just copying each other? Not at all, man, because any sourcing method is going to lead to listings that other people are making money on. And VSCG, you've been around way too long to be thinking that, man. We're not just sitting here lying to you, right, for 6 months straight and everything. But nah, you're overthinking it, VSCG.
Yeah. Now what you are right on is like sometimes you're going to miss the boat if you're only reverse sourcing. Right, that's why it's important when you do storefront stock, you find a good brand, a good sale. All right, I've been selling Amazon for a few months. Let me look in manual source a little bit. Like I kind of know what might be good here, because you are following people when you're reverse sourcing, right? But like Miles was talking about, pretty much every product you sell is going to have sellers on it, right? So that would mean it's already going to show up in somebody's store when you're store stocking.
Boom, boom. Why did Amazon start restricting gap listings? Yeah, so some gap listings didn't match the GS1 database. So that's why it happened. Hacker says, I'm planning on selling Clorox. I'm going to source from their authorized distributor. Any suggestions? Yeah, bro. So hit up the brand and say, hey, can I open a wholesale account? They're obviously going to say no. And they're going to say, and then you say, hey, can I have a list of your distributors? Do that. And then also start it on Google too. And then Hacker, I know you said, is there a way we can reach out for information? Yeah. So links are in both of our descriptions on how we can make that happen. Yeah.
Let's see, do the first gift cards. Yeah, for sure, Anchor.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, you can be good with that right there. Yeah, Pamelia, you can shoot us. You can shoot us a Discord DM. We're happy to help out with that.
Yeah, I want to pull up an example here. What you're talking about with the UPC issue, just because I have seen this happen with some other students as well. So I can get an example, because basically whenever you're just kind of listing new products, like this is what was happening with that Gap, some of those Gap listings, for example. A lot of them have not the correct UPC linked to the listing. So I just pull up a random example, right? And what you can do is just copy the UPC here, go to any site like this. I use upcitemdb.com, and then just search the UPC, and make sure when you search the UPC that it actually matches the official UPC matches the Amazon listing and what you're actually selling. Just because they've been, especially with some clothing products, that kind of thing, if the UPC doesn't match, then it's usually like somebody bought it on eBay for like 5 cents. It's not a real UPC, that kind of thing. And that's one of those things that Amazon's like being careful on, especially with like these some of these like Gap listings that they've been taken down. So just check that UPC if you're about to especially if you're gonna go deep on something.
So Zen says the items I send in for FBA have been an FC transfer week. Is that normal? Yeah, I mean, not like it. Yeah, it's totally normal. Yeah,
that's pretty normal. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say FC transfers usually maybe 10 to 14 days for everything to finish FC transferring.
Yeah. MC says, how much is the course/coaching? Yeah, dude. So we have a couple different options on that. And honestly, if you're ever going to take advantage of that stuff, makes the most sense to do it now right before Q4 when there's the most leverage on it. So MC, a couple different options, man. Just take a look at each of our YouTube descriptions on how we can help with that. Bria Lee says, I'm going through the registration process and my DL address does match my residential address and my big statement. I assume you mean doesn't? Right there, but if it does,
I assume you mean doesn't.
Yeah. If it does, if it doesn't, just make sure that you add in all the addresses that you're ever going to need to your seller account right there, because you'd have a bunch on there. That's interesting. You might also be able to show like a recent lease or
if you bought the house, show the mortgage or something like that shows that that's actually your address now. Because yeah, you're definitely not the only person that has a driver's license with an old address on it. Let's see. Yeah, as far as ungating goes, you just if you're getting denials, like just keep adding like tracking information, picture of the product, and then just kind of keep submitting basically.
Yeah. Doesn't. Oh yeah. So make sure that you are submitting or add in the one that does, and either way, I mean, this first registration one, just see if it goes through. If not, obviously then can make it so it does initially right there. But you can always add in other addresses later right there. And a good pro tip, guys, is really good tip is whenever you're changing up your credit card on file or anything like that, or your address or anything, just give Amazon a call prior and let them know you're changing some of your info in there, and they will obviously take care of you. If you don't, you can get like shut down for a couple hours sometimes, which is they're just verifying that someone's not stealing your money and your identity and everything, which is fairly reasonable.
Let's see. Trouble selling Gap and Spirit Halloween. Yeah, just keep some in, man. You're probably not doing anything wrong. Add picture of the product, add tracking information.
So it's probably not even that you're having trouble with it. You're just dealing with what everyone deals with, which is typically 10 to 15 denials per brand. Right there. So yeah, it's completely normal and expected. Don't see it as anything out of the ordinary. And yeah, we can get to it with all that there. Yeah. Love the energy today, guys, too. Keep the questions coming. We're happy. We're here to help. Make sure you follow Warner Fields of Profit on all platforms and your boy on all platforms too. We got a lot of good game for you guys. And a really good video I posted recently is the Prime Day guide. Prime Day is in just a couple days. And yesterday I posted a really good video to help you get ready for Prime Day. So I'm going to put a link to that in a chat right there. It's very helpful stuff for knowing like what to do now, some of the basics of Prime Day sourcing secrets you need to know, and then how to use Prime Day to kickstart your momentum for the rest of the year as well.
Let's see. Yeah, as long as it's 10 units, you can use it. I know we get it feels like over half the questions are still about ungating, which is all good, but like, everything's out there, guys. Like just gotta watch a quick YouTube video, submit the invoice, keep it rolling.
Yeah. And I know it doesn't feel good. You had declined your whole life. You're told color between the lines and everything, but it's just how the system works. And everything. Why are many orders pending payment verification for a very long time? People are brokies. Their customer or their credit cards decline and stuff, just, in all honesty, and everything. So yeah. A lot of times, just don't have enough money on the card. Yeah, and the nice thing is Amazon retries it and everything too, as well. Let's see here. What other questions y'all got here today? Yeah. 10 of a listing also on Amazon. Doesn't matter the cost of it, right there. Amazon's gonna tell you if you're doing anything wrong too, as well here. Yeah, payment verification stuff, super normal as well.
Let's see. Do you want to replenish an item? You also want to add new items in the same box. So does that process look like? It'll be the exact same as if you're only making new items, basically. The only difference is if you've already listed on Amazon, you don't need to make a listing again, right? The first time you sell something, you just gotta create the listing and then replenish it from there. That's kind of part of Amazon's changes that they rolled out. I don't know what, six months ago, if not a lot more than that. Time kind of flying, I guess. But just as long as the listing already exists, it'll work exactly the same as a regular shipment, basically. And that's good. You're finding some stuff to restock there. It's kind of the key to growing a lot less work there.
Yeah. Hooligan right there. Clothing, the most returned product. Definitely, women's clothing for sure. But when you're a beginner, you kind of just take what you can get from a profitability perspective. And then over time, you earn the right to buy only low return products if you so desire. But the key is a lot of people make a lot of good money, even on high return products and everything. And so Skeezy Baby says, what happens on refund items? They just get added back to your inventory FBA, or if they're FBM, they get sent back to you. Yeah,
for sure. Had a customer request an item that shipped FBM because the delivery was taking too long. If it already showed up, then you can ask them to file a claim with Amazon, because as long as you bought the shipping through Amazon, then your kind of delivery date is guaranteed. And if Amazon doesn't get it there on time, or whatever you bought the partnered shipping through, it's their job to reimburse. So ask the customer to make a claim, basically.
100% right there. Yep. Cool. All right. So big shout out to y'all for tuning in. This was an awesome Boxem office hours. Check out all our recent content. I just dropped the Prime Day guide yesterday. I think all you guys should watch that. It'll be very, very helpful stuff for Prime Day coming up October 7th and 8th. And we're here to rock with you guys all Q4. We're just at the start of Q4. Now it's the perfect time to get going. We've got like 60 days till the best time of the year. Let's lock in and get after it, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Yep, absolutely. See you guys very soon. And if you want some more knowledge to drop, Miles dropped a video today, and I'll put a video in the live chat here as well.